God bless, guys. God bless, God bless, God bless. Welcome back to the Apologetic Arena Live. I'm your host, Israel. You can also call me King Context. And today we're going to be back again showing you as a Christian how to defend your faith against different attacks, different arguments. Today, again, we're still back on this, what I've been calling Women Wednesday, right? We're talking about whether or not Islam is good for women or bad for women in comparison to Christianity, right? So we've been having these conversations week after week after week for the most Wednesdays anyway, and we'll keep doing it, right, for the foreseeable until we decide to do something else. But before we get into any conversations, right, we're live. Let me just go through the house cleaning. Number one, make sure you hit the like button, right? Don't make me go and get the miswak. Hit the like button, right? Smash the like button first and foremost. Multiple reasons. First reason why you need to do it is because why not? It's free. The second reason is because we've seen this before. Don't be surprised if it happens, if it happens again today, right? We're going to be talking about the Bible. We're going to be talking about Islam, the Quran, Hadith, etc., Islamic sources. And I kid you not, we have literally been reading Islamic sources on live streams in previous weeks, and the Muslims have reported the live stream, reported me for, get this, hate speech, right? You can't make this up. So again, today I'm opening up to have conversations with any Muslim who wants to have a conversation and see the reasons why I say Islam is bad for women and why Christianity is better. And you may think, well, why this particular topic? We'll look at a video in a moment again, right, which I've played multiple times, which kind of help you understand why would we do something like this, because there are deluded people out there. There are deluded people out there who will say that Islam honors women more than Christians. You can't make this up. So like the live stream, share this with someone, because this is our way as Christians to fight against the false flag, the false claims, etc., that will come. And this is why this comment from Yeshua Saves is so on point, right? They always keep reporting they can't handle the truth, right? And it's true, right? Imagine a Christian reporting someone's live stream because they were reading the Bible and saying it's hate speech. It's mind-boggling, but this is what happens. So this is why we have to do our part. We have to hit the like button. We have to tap the screen. We have to spread it out as much as possible. So when they do those things, when they start reporting and flagging it and lying and deceiving to get the streams shut down, one of the weeks the stream got shut down, another week, many weeks in fact, is restricted viewership because of hate speech and all of that kind of stuff. So this is why we have to make sure we do this as well. All right. Also, the link to join the call to have a conversation with me is pinned. You can click the link and have a conversation with me. We can talk about this, right? Any Muslims welcome to join, and we can have a good, hopefully by the grace of God, conversation, and we'll go from there. Now, it's midweek, right? So hopefully by the grace of God, your week so far has been blessed, right? As we reach and get towards the end of the year, right? It's a time where we're winding down, looking forward, looking back at what God has done for us for in the year, and obviously what God is, by the grace of God, going to do for us as we enter into the new year, right? Noah, thanks for tuning in. God bless you. Okay, cool. So again, any Muslim who wants to join, right? You can click the link, you can request, we can have conversations. I want us to play this video. We've played it multiple times. I'm going to play it one more time, right? It's a short video. But this is one of the main reasons why I've been on this series, which I've been calling Women Wednesday, right? We're here preaching the gospel, showing why the Bible is the liberation, it's the freedom that women need, especially the women in Islam. And one of the ways we do that is obviously by looking at things what the Bible says and looking at things which Islam says in its sources, the Quran, the Hadith, etc. And the best way to do that is to have conversations with Muslims who think they know their religion better than me and other Christians who are speaking about this stuff. And you can hear them for yourselves as they make their case, right? Literally, the video that published on my channel today, on this channel, was a Muslimah is defending why Islam gives you the right to beat women. And this is why you hear people say stuff like, well, look, that is like a chicken defending KFC, right? Which is mind-boggling when you think about it. But these sorts of conversations, these opportunities that we have in these live environments help you see like that stuff. You would think, well, no, a woman would never make excuses and defend the religion that she's in, Islam that is, for saying that a man can strike a woman. But it happens. Trust me. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to start taking calls in a moment, right? Any Muslim who wants to call in can do so. Make sure you are hitting the like button. You're tapping the screen so more people can see this. We'll get into calls in a moment. Before, we haven't seen any, I don't believe there's any comments that have come in yet about this, but we're going to play this video just quickly, just so you know. This is one of the reasons why, because we've seen this time and time again. So many Muslims will come on and they'll say, oh, well, why are you talking about Islam? Like, leave us alone, leave our religion to ourselves, and you focus on your religion, etc. And I'm interested to know if they have the same energy, right, with other people. So thank you for liking the live. Yeshua saves, appreciate you. Let's listen to this video. It's a short video, and let's listen to the weak arguments that this guy makes. This is a video he titled "Islam honors women more than Christianity," right? Doesn't mention the Bible once. So we'll listen to this. I'll address some of the comments that have come in, and then we'll jump into the callers if there are callers waiting. All right.
7th century Islam was saying women don't have to take the surname of their husband. In Islam, the mother, there's a saying of the Prophet that says paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Somebody asked the Prophet with regards to who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother. Said, who next? Your mother. Who next? Your mother. Who next? Your father. This is the rights that are given to the mother. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the best of you are those that are good to their women. In Islam, the rights of the women are more so than what was there at the time and what is even there today as well, because at that time when Islam gave the rights, later, about 1,000 years later, that's when women were allowed to vote. In fact, 300 years, in fact longer, in Europe they were debating if women even had souls, if they were even human beings. But Muslims were saying paradise lies under the feet of your mother. The best of the people are the ones that are good to their women folk. This is unheard of 1400 years ago.
All right, so like I said, we've heard this video multiple times. We hear it again one more time before any Muslim comes up and starts asking, well, why are you speaking about Islam? Well, that's what we do here. One of the things anyway, as Christians, I help Christians like you learn how to defend your faith against even terrible arguments like that, right? Which can reach a lot of people, and a lot of people can be convinced by, even though it's filled with lies and deception. So like I said, the guy in the video, he didn't even mention one Bible verse. He was talking about a lot of generic stuff. He wasn't necessarily referencing Christianity, the Bible, but the video was still framed as if, oh, okay, you know what, this is Christianity. Now, let's see here. Someone says, I thought God didn't have any control on what happens in the world. And again, just bear in mind, if you want to have a conversation, you can click the link, you can request in, and we can have a conversation about why I say Islam is bad for women and why Christianity is better. All right, cool. Let's see. Is Christian, okay, I've looked at that one already. This comment here, is Christianity better for women? Definitely, right? One of the reasons, actually, I'll hold that for a second. Okay. Didn't God say don't judge other people? No, he said, the Bible says don't judge unjustly. Don't be a hypocrite and judge. So I'm not going to say, oh, Islam is bad for a particular reason if Christianity apparently does the same thing. That would be the problem. But the Bible doesn't say don't judge. It says contextually it's talking about hypocrisy. And you can read Matthew chapter 7 in the Gospels if you want to find out more about that.
Hey, brother, how's it going?
Hello, how you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm blessed. Are you a Muslim?
You enjoying your holidays?
Yeah, are you?
Good. Yeah, man, just taking a break from work, you know? Can't complain.
Are you a Muslim though?
Am I a Muslim? Alhamdulillah, I'm Muslim, brother.
What does Jew-Jeet mean? Jew-Jeet, what does that mean?
It's just my name.
Okay, that's just your name?
Yeah. Nothing
Okay.
in particular.
Okay, cool.
I just thought it sounded cool because, like, it rhymes, right?
Okay, cool. Let me ask you something. Do you, as a Muslim, you guys say you respect Jesus, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate the birth of Jesus? What's your stance on that?
Don't celebrate Christmas only because Jesus did not celebrate Christmas.
Okay, that's the only reason why.
That's yeah. That's
Okay.
the thing with Islam, bro. Like you gotta understand, like we are to the T. Innovations is forbidden.
Okay, cool. All right, so
Like, look, for example, we grow our beard like Jesus.
mm,
We circumcise like Jesus. We don't eat pork like Jesus. We do a lot of things like Jesus did, right?
all right, cool. So, but obviously, when I do another live stream at some point in the future about that sort of topic, I'd be interested to hear more about that. But I'm sure that's not why you called in today, right?
No, it was just on my For You page. I just seen you on my For You page. I had to come and talk about the topic.
Okay, cool. So, one of the reasons why I say Islam is bad for women, you can let me know what you think about this, is actually no. Let me not get ahead of myself. You're a Muslim. What kind of Muslim are you? Sunni, Shia? What kind of Muslim are you?
I am a Muslim. I don't like to categorize myself,
Mm-hmm.
but if I have to answer, I am a Sunni Muslim.
Okay, you're a Sunni Muslim, and are you Quran only Sunni Muslim or Quran and Hadith?
I'm just Sunni only Muslim, brother. I don't like to do. We're not supposed to divide into sects, and I'm against that. I'm not gonna add to it,
But let me know though, like, do you accept Hadith? Is it part of your religion, or you don't like it? You don't accept it?
I do accept Hadith. Do I accept all Hadith? No. Do I
Okay.
accept authentic Hadith? Yes. And even then, it's somewhat questionable. So, but I do accept Hadith.
Okay, so you
As long
accept
as
it.
it doesn't as long as it doesn't contradict the Quran, and yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So, if I show you a hadith, or if we talk about a hadith which is authentic, you will accept it as long as it doesn't contradict the Quran.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I never heard of the hadith. Like, I can't tell you without looking into it. Because they could even say it's authentic, but I had to look for myself where did it come from,
Okay, cool.
But just forget the hadith. Forget the hadith. Why is Islam bad for females?
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what I just need to gauge first, so I can see what kind of conversation we can have. So, one of the reasons why I say Islam is bad for women is because twofold, basically. Muhammad said things like, women are half-brained, and women were the dumbest people he's ever seen. What do you think about that?
I don't think he would say they're the dumbest people he was seeing.
You don't think he would say that?
As far as going half brain, I think that has nothing to do with like half a brain. They're still human beings, but they're just more emotional than men.
You don't think
Like me and you, like women are they think they're more emotional than men, right?
Yep. Does that make them half brain?
Sometimes emotions get in the way of logic, and you could agree to this. Like they'll have girlfriends.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Women are definitely more emotional than men. Men are definitely more logical than women. But I asked you, based on that, does that mean women are half-brained?
I don't think women are half-brained. They're just more emotional. That's it.
So what about what Muhammad said? Because you said you don't think he said
women are half-brained?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I don't know the context. I don't know what it is. But from just what you're telling me, that will be my guess. They're just more emotional beings.
Okay. So.
And that's good. That's not being lower than man. That's their strength. That's why like women sometimes make a better boss than men.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question now. So let's say you have one man. Yeah, you've got one man, and one man has how many brains? How many brains does one man have?
All men and women have one brain.
No, one man, just one man. One man has how many brains?
One man, one brain.
One brain. Okay, cool, correct. So let's say, for example, you've got another woman, and because of the problem that this woman has with her brain, you need two women to equal one man. Mm-hmm. How many brains do two women have?
I don't know, man. You're describing a trinity here. It's like confusing.
But this is simple. Two women, how many brains?
Two women, two persons, and one brain.
Two women, how many brains did they have? One woman has what? One woman has how many brains?
Two persons, one. Anyways, okay. Look,
bro, just don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. One woman has how many brains?
Told you, it's two persons, one brain.
Two women have one brain.
Two persons, one brain.
Is it really like? This is simple. Come on, man.
Bro, you're making a mockery of it. I already told you. Like,
I'm
I have to look into it.
Bro,
I can't argue you on something that I haven't looked into.
I promise you, I'm not making a mockery. I'm trying to simplify it so you can understand my point.
But if you're talking about like,
you said
Islam is bad for a woman.
This is
bad for a woman, bro. They're modest.
Bro, I'm explaining it to you, but you think I'm actually like trying to take the mic. I'm trying to be funny, which maybe that kind of maybe that kind of Bible is like, maybe that kind of maybe that bro. Don't run to the Bible. I'm trying to. But I could just make it to you. I'm trying to explain it to you in a way that you can understand, because you said it's not. It's just talking about emotion. So I'm giving you a scenario. You have one man. I don't understand. Well, you said correctly. One man has one brain. Then I talked about two women. Yep. You started saying two women have one brain. How did two women not have two brains? Each woman has a brain, right?
I told you, it's one brain, two persons. Why can't women talk in church?
We can talk about that after we get through this. But
we could go to chat. You're not gonna win this battle.
Pardon?
You won't win this battle, brother. Whatever you could throw at me, I could throw back at you. It doesn't get nowhere.
Okay. You're struggling on this first hurdle, bro. So I'm not convinced.
I already told you about Hadith. I'm not familiar with Hadith. I had to go look at it.
Lou says.
I told you that maybe the emotions. I don't know.
Lou says, so why are you speaking for women in Islam, though? I'm not speaking for women in Islam. I'm speaking for women in general, and I'm trying to actually help Islamic women. But
I mean, women in Islam dress like Mary. You know.
We're not talking about how they dress. We're not talking about how they dress, bro.
You know,
like I said to you already, you stumbled at this example, which is just kind of straightforward.
I told you, bro. It's one brain, two persons.
How do two women have one brain?
Well, the three persons make one God.
How do two women have one brain?
How can I be fully God, fully man?
The problem is man, someone says. No, it's not men. It's not, the problem is not men. The problem is the Islamic sources, the Quran and the Hadith, which we're seeing right now. What?
How could three persons be one God?
We're not talking about that today. We're not talking about that today. We're not talking about today. Bro, if you can't answer a simple question, I'm going to move on. This is simple.
Okay, answer why women can't speak in church.
What do you, no, I asked you this question first. If you can't get past this, I'm going to move to someone else, bro. Because this is this is basic.
Explain why women can't speak in church.
All I need is an answer. You said one. You said one man.
Women are not supposed to be pastors, right?
All right, bro. All right. You see, you know why this is crazy? Before I bring up another caller, I said to that guy, look, one of the reasons Islam is bad for women is because Muhammad said things like women are half-brained, and he says women are the dumbest people he's ever seen. Right? And again, I've said this before. This is the kind of thing which the Muslims are going to start reporting and saying is hate speech. When I'm literally reading from Islamic sources, you can't make this up. Now, I'm asking this guy simple questions. Very, very, very simple questions. How many brains does one man have? How many brains do two women have? He can't even answer the question. And Muhammad said the women are the dumbest people he's ever seen. Like, I'm telling you, the Muslim men that I've spoken to, many of them, give those women that Muhammad was talking about a run for their money. I'm just going to put it like that. All right. Let's see what else is happening here. This is basic stuff. Do I hate women? No, I love women, because as the Bible says in the first book in the Bible, Genesis, men and women are made in God's image. So if you are a man or a woman, if you are a human, you are made in God's image, you are valuable. You should not believe that you are half-brained as a woman in Islam, or that you are the dumbest person that Muhammad ever saw. I don't think you should believe that sort of stuff. Let's see. Okay, this is apparently false information. Okay, we'll see. Okay, cool. Apparently I need to show my face if I talk about Islam. Interesting. Okay. This is interesting. All right. It's a very good question, sister. Why would women want to be a part of such oppression? I scratch my head over that regularly, trust me, wondering why. How is Islam bad for women? Well, I just gave one reason. You can call in as well. We can have a conversation about it. All glory to God. Samantha, thank you for tuning in. Guys, make sure you're liking it and all that good stuff. Let's continue to share this out so more people can obviously hear about this. All right. Thank you for liking the live, Samantha. Appreciate you. London Stani, you're up. How you doing?
Yo, what's happening, dude?
I'm blessed, bro. How you doing?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Are you a Muslim?
Alhamdulillah. Thank the Lord, I am.
All right. Speaking of
Thank
Christmas,
the good Lord.
Speaking of Christmas, bro.
Thank the good Lord.
Do you guys? You say you respect Jesus. Do you celebrate his birthday? Like, what's your take
We
on?
love Jesus.
What's your
We
take on?
love
What's your
Jesus.
take on Christmas? Where do you
What
stand?
take on Christmas? Well, personally, it's remembering a prophet, and a great prophet. So remembering him, it's all good.
Okay.
The fact that it's a pagan celebration, I put all that to the back of my mind. The fact that it's appeasing the Roman gods,
and you still celebrate.
Appeasing the Roman gods. No, I don't celebrate it. That was said in jest, mate.
Okay.
The fact that it's a pagan celebration, the fact that it's the celebration of Mithra, the Roman god, the sun.
If it's a pagan celebration, why are you saying Merry Christmas, bro? Why are you saying Merry Christmas?
Man, because I'm trying to be respectful.
You're trying to be what?
To a fellow human being.
You're trying to be respectful.
Unlike what you're trying to do, which is being very offensive.
Okay, tell me why.
Hurtful.
Tell me why I'm being offensive.
Christian.
Tell me why I'm being offensive.
Islam is bad for women.
Tell me why I'm being offensive.
So you are saying a quarter of the world
is already
bad for
He's
women.
Already triggered,
My
guys.
friend, that's
he's
not
already
very
triggered.
That's not very Christian.
It's not very Christian. It's not very Christian.
No.
Okay.
It's not at all.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
You worship Paul.
Let me ask you a question.
Paul. Let me just explain this. The fact that you worship Paul.
Get off my stage. You dumb Muslim. He is triggered before he even got into any sort of questions. This is Islam. Didn't I say before, guys? Muhammad said the women are the dumbest people he's ever seen. The Muslim men, like we've already spoken to, are giving them a run for their money. I'm apparently spreading hate. I'm not being Christian-like. You see how mad he was? He's mad at what his prophet says. But he's mad at me. Can you make this up? Or you can't even make this up? The truth. They hate the truth. They hate the truth. Guys, this is why you need to like the live stream. Because people like that, you know what they're going to do. They hate their prophet so much, they're going to go and report someone saying what their prophet says as hate speech. Leslie, thank you so much for sending in the heart. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is crazy, guys. All right. Let's see if the next one can do better. Can I get a real human being, please? Hello. How you doing? You okay? I'm blessed. What's your name? Okay, how you doing, Zara? I'm Israel. You're a Muslim? Okay. How long have you been listening? Okay, so did you listen? Did you heard? So you heard the last two callers. What's wrong with your Muslim? What's wrong with your Muslim brothers?
Setting it as if, oh, they're trying to like argue with you. No, this is what I'm trying to say. It's better to read the Quran than to understand from a Google site that is different between. Do you know what a Sunni and a Shia Muslim is?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that question, sister.
Yeah.
It's like you read my mind. Muslim. Oh, you're a Shia?
Yeah, I'm a Shia Muslim, yes.
Okay.
And Sunni and Shia Muslim, they believe two different things. So it's a different aspect by, if you're asking a Sunni Muslim, they might believe that the wife of the Prophet Muhammad, Aisha, was 6. Mm-hmm. If you read that from a different Google site. But us Shia Muslims, we believe she was 18. So obviously, sometimes Sunni and Shia Muslims, they obviously fight a lot because they argue about like, oh, Aisha poisoned the Prophet Muhammad, but like Sunni Muslims believe that Aisha is like a very good woman. And of course, there has to be a respect between the Sunni Muslims because obviously there's a lot of like hate to Islam, and obviously you're not hating, you're trying to just like spread tell people like this is like your opinion on Islam. But what I believe is that Islam like respects women to the most, and that what you're saying is like what Prophet Muhammad said is simply not true at all because this isn't cited in the Quran.
Okay, now I can agree with you, considering you said you're a Shia, right? So
yeah,
obviously the Sunni Hadith which I'm referencing where Muhammad said that you don't accept, right? But you as a Shia and Sunni, they both accept the Quran, right?
Yeah, we both accept the Quran. It's just that there's some differences. Why we pray to a turba, they don't pray to a turba. They don't believe in the Imam like Ali. We believe in the Imam. There's not like a lot of like. There's not like a lot of differences, but there is some differences, and they might believe that both the Shia and the Sunnis believe that one of them is a kafir and they're not real Muslims. So yeah.
Okay. The only problem with that is most of the
Shia.
See
the comments like people.
Listen. Hold on. I was going to say most of the Sunni Muslims that are here listening, they're going to be saying to me, "No, don't listen to her. She's not a real Muslim," etc.
Yeah, that's what they're going to tell you. Yeah.
Okay, and even you see some. I guess this is a Sunni here. He's saying, "Look, he wants to have questions for you. He's got questions for you."
Yeah, but you could add him up. No.
I don't. That's gonna turn into next level fireworks, which I don't want right now.
But then it's not a fight. It's just like how we can like just see like his different aspects, because of course he's not up here trying to like prove that Islam isn't bad for women. I am. So
yeah, no.
He wants to come up here and like fight over for like a Sunni. At the end of the day, we're all Muslims. Like I'm arguing to say that.
Guys, I'm not bringing a Sunni up to battle with her. What? Look,
Islam isn't bad for women, so it doesn't matter right now if I'm Shia or Sunni. Right now, what matters is I'm saying Islam is not bad for women.
Okay, now let me talk to you about this. Right, one of the reasons why.
Okay.
Obviously, you heard before I was talking about what Muhammad said in the Hadith, which you don't accept. Women are half-brained. Women are the dumbest people he's ever seen. One of the things in the Quran, which is the reason why I say Islam is also bad for women, is because in the Quran, chapter 4:34, it says that a husband can strike his wife. What do you think about that?
We repeat it again. Repeat your question.
Chapter 4, verse 34 of the Quran is another reason why I say Islam is bad for women, because it says that a husband can strike his wife. What do you think about that?
A husband cannot strike his wife, which this verse is not true, because a husband cannot strike his wife. And when I tell you that Islam has like the biggest respect for women, they truly do. Because like by modesty, like the hijab is not forced upon people. The hijab is like kind of like a condiment that's like, it's like not oppressed. Like you're not, like you don't have to be forced to wear it.
Sister, we're not talking about the hijab. We're talking about a verse saying you can strike your wife.
But this verse is not true, because I've read the Quran and it doesn't say that you can like strike your wife.
So open your Quran now and you can read chapter 4 verse 34 and you'll see it for yourself. I'm not lying to you, that's what it says. I've done live streams in the past, Muslim scholars, very popular Muslim scholars, agreeing with what I'm saying, that it means strike. And his defense was, look, there was a point in time where that could save a marriage. I don't know how that actually makes sense, but he's like, look, now just forget about it. Just divorce them. Don't hit them. Don't strike them. Just divorce them. I guess she's gone to read it, but guys, I just want you to understand, like, notice that this is what happens.
Wait, did you say chapter
hold on,
34?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, 434. This is what,
okay. I'll read it.
Yeah, go and read it. But this is what I'm trying to get you to realize, right? As she goes to read it, notice the same theme over and over and over and over again. This guy's lying. He's lying. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I saw a comment before talking about, oh, do you know Arabic, etc. It's the same. It's the same.
The verse that you're reading, the verse that you're reading isn't simply true, because I just pulled it up.
Okay, what's not true about what I said?
Because
read it in Arabic and read the tafsir. In Arabic, it says strike. You can't make this up.
I'm going to be reading it right now.
Read it. Okay, read it out loud. What does it say? Read it out loud. What does it say? What does it say, sister? And this is what's the
Leslie, I can't like go from the source and go back to the live because I'm on my phone right now.
Okay,
two different things.
Okay, so let me just ask you this, right?
But the source that
hold on. So I said chapter 4 verse 34 in the Quran says that a husband can strike his wife. You said I'm not telling the truth. How am I not telling the truth? What does it say if it doesn't say that?
Because I just read it saying, it says that like a woman, let me read it one more time.
She's going to read it again.
It says to discipline your wife. And nowhere in the Quran, I literally just translated it. I might not be a perfect Arabic speaker, but I can read it.
You're not a perfect Arabic speaker.
Discipline. Yes, because I live in the United States.
Okay. So the people that translate the Quran, they know Arabic better than you and me, right?
Yeah, they do.
So
also they're not, but you have to take it from a Muslim. Like, so, you know that sometimes the Google
people that translated the Quran into different English translations, they're Muslims, right?
Some of them are, yes.
Okay. So when you look at the different translations, it uses words like beat, scourge, strike, discipline. These are the words. These are the words. These are the words. You can go on Quran.com. You can go on QuranX.com. There's multiple Muslim websites out there which have these verses. It's not like, this isn't like rocket science or anything like that.
There is a direct translation for the word talaba, by the way. It's hit.
Apparently I'm lying. So why, when I'm saying it says hit, you're saying it don't say it? You're telling on yourself.
Because it's not saying hit. It's.
How am I trying to manipulate with the English translation? Does this even make sense? It's apparently not permissible for you to strike your wife.
It's saying discipline.
Do you see how Muslims have to lie on their own Quran?
No, I'm not lying on my own Quran.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm talking to the people in the comments that are saying it doesn't say that.
I know when I'm reading the comments.
All right. So
how do I share a screen? I don't know how to share a screen.
What do you need to share?
Because I'm trying to see the verse that I'm saying, because
all right,
like the sources that you are finding aren't true, because Daraba does have a translation.
What does Daraba mean?
Daraba means hit.
Okay, thank
you. But in the Quran, it doesn't say Daraba.
So the Quran in the verse
in the Quran,
a husband can strike his wife. Yes, it does.
But in the Arabic, do you know what?
Right.
Wait, do you know what I'm saying? In the Arabic page that you're reading right now, telling me to read, it doesn't say daraba. It says to discipline in Arabic.
Okay.
That's what it's saying.
Okay. It says strike. The Arabic word means to strike.
Daraba, I just said daraba, yes, means to strike, but daraba isn't written in the Quran.
I
Is it in there?
I don't know what
Like,
you're
how-
reading. I don't know what you're reading. We've read this so many times. I'm going to show it again. Where is it? Chapter 4.
I'm on Quran.com right now.
All right, hold on. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it in Arbery, the Arbery translation. Then I'm going to read it in Hilali Khan. We're going to go through multiple different translations. All right?
Speed Racer, sometimes, yes, the English translation could be corrupted because they want to change it up and blame all Muslims. So, yeah.
Okay, so look, the point of reference, which is important, right? I'm not going to read the first half of the verse, the part of the verse which matters to what we're talking about right now.
By the way, at the end of the verse, it does say that Allah is the greatest. It does mention that if your wife does not, like, listen or, like, does disobey in a very bad way, you should not, like, strike her hard. It does say that in the last, like, sentence.
All right, let me read. This is the Arbery translation. It says, righteous women are therefore obedient, guarding the secret for God's guarding. This is the key part here. And those you fear may be rebellious, admonish, banish them to their couches, and beat them. If they then obey you, don't interrupt while I'm reading your Quran.
I'll let you read it.
Don't have respect for your Quran. Come on, man.
I'll let you read it.
Have respect for your holy book, sister. Come on.
Okay, sister, brother.
All right.
I mean,
all right.
You're saying have respect for the Quran, but the Quran is.
And those you fear may be rebellious, admonish.
But it's no. But that's not the translation, mate.
Banish them to their couches and beat them.
But you know that's not the translation.
If they then obey, look not for any way against them. God is all high, God is all great. Okay.
That's not the Quran. I'm just telling you. That's not it.
Okay. It's not the Quran.
We're gonna keep on going back.
Look.
The Quran.
Look.
That's not the Quran. And I'm telling you, this is not the Quran because I have it right in front of me.
If you are reading this and for you, this is not the Quran, there's nothing I can do for you at this point, right? So I'm going to speak to someone else because this is clearly what the Quran says. Unless you're reading something completely different, like
I'm reading the Quran. Get Islamic vids on here. Get Islamic vids.
All right, but guys, we're literally reading from the Quran, and I don't know if it's because she's a Shia but they're supposed to accept the same Quran, right? Umad, thank you for liking it, but you can't make this up. We're literally reading the verses from the Quran and she's saying it's not the Quran. What do you want me to do with that? I said earlier, right? Nah. Oh my goodness. All right. Can I speak to this person already? This is this guy who was the second Muslim bot was trying to call back in. I don't understand for what reason. Apparently I can't read or understand Arabic. But Arbery and Hilali Khan and Pikfau and all of those people, Yusuf Ali, they can understand Arabic, can't they? That's why they translated the Quran, and that's why it's the Quran that the English translation of the Quran that so many people read today in English. Islam gives freedom to women. Okay. Let's see. Yes, and their translations vary, and this is why I said earlier on, when you read through the different English translations of the Quran, it says things like you can beat them, you can scourge them, you can strike them. She was talking about a translation which says discipline them. There's various different words which are being used. Guys, continue to like the stream. We've already had 2 Muslim bots call in. We've just had that Shia woman who was all over the place. I actually want to talk to a real human being today before we wrap up the live stream. All right, London, whatever, Stani, I'm skipping over you. You've spoken already. If you can control yourself, maybe when we've gone through the other callers, I may bring you back up to give you an opportunity to redeem yourself, because the way you were going on before, no. All right. Let's see. Haas.
How's it going?
I'm blessed, bro. How you doing?
Good.
All right. So
when I joined, I heard you talking about a verse. Which verse was that? Kind of joined like in the middle of you talking.
we were talking about a verse in the Quran, but before that, I need to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, what's up?
And the reason I was speaking to her about that really more so is because she said she was a Shia Muslim, so she doesn't accept Hadith. Are you a Sunni or a Shia?
Well, I'm Sunni personally, but you know, if you're going off Quranic verses, I mean, it's all the same Quran, so I don't think.
I know. But obviously, you accept Hadith or you Quran only?
I like to go Quran only, but there is some Hadith that, you know, obviously I live by, but
which
let's
Hadith
just go Quran only for now.
Which Hadith do you live by? It sounds like you pick and choose.
Not really pick and choose, but I go by like the authentic.
Okay. But isn't that what every Muslim does though? Goes by the authentic Hadith, not the fabricated fake Hadith, right?
So yeah, if you can give me an authentic Hadith, I can find, you know.
So for example, C just said, how can you be a Muslim and not accept the Hadith?
Well, like you just said, every Muslim accept authentic Hadith.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I go by Hadith, but it has to be, you know, authentic. Does that make sense?
Cool. So yeah, I get that. Right. So what I'm been speaking about today so far, Judah, thank you for liking the live. Appreciate you. What do you think? One of the reasons why I say Islam is bad for women is because Muhammad said things like women are half-brained and women were the dumbest people he's ever seen. What do you think about that?
I think I can justify that. Probably misinterpreted by you.
Probably misinterpreted by me.
Yeah, misunderstood. You can read things out of context and it can seem like something else.
Okay, so let me give you an example, right? Let's say you have one man. How many brains does one man have?
One brain.
Okay, and you have two women. How many brains do two women have?
Two brains.
Okay, so if there's something wrong with one woman's brain, that it takes two to equal one man, how many brains did the women have?
Can you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
If there's something wrong with a woman's brain, that it takes two of them to equal one man, how many brains does a woman have really in this equation?
Isn't it still one brain though?
No, it's not one.
Well, no, if it's two, it's one brain per woman, so you know it's two brains, obviously.
No, by default, as a Christian, right? The Bible says in the first chapter that men and women are made in God's image, right? So for Christians, one man has one brain, one woman has one brain, right? 1 to 1. That makes sense?
1 to, yeah.
Okay. Based on what Muhammad said, there's something wrong with a woman's mind, with her brain, that it takes two women to equal one man. So what is one woman's brain?
Wait, which verse are you like referring to?
Before we talk about that, just go with this example and help me understand.
Yeah, it's still 1 to 1. It's still
if two women's brains equal one man, what is one woman's brain worth?
Half.
Thank you. It's worth half, right? So this is why you understand that analogy. So this is why Muhammad was saying women have half brains, and the source for that, I'll give you one of them anyway, is Bukhari 2658. Bukhari 2658.
Is it? I have not seen anyone more deficient in reason and religion who can overcome and resolve of a conscious man than you.
Not that one, but we can talk about that after as well because it corroborates it. In this one, it's a simple one. It says the Prophet said, "Isn't the witness of a woman equal to half of a man?" Right. So two women, based on that analogy I gave you, equals to one man. And the reason why he's hold on. And the reason why he says that is because it says the woman said yes. Then he said, this is because of the deficiency of a woman's mind. So there's something wrong with a woman's mind, according to Muhammad, which makes 2 women equal to 1. That means women are half-brained. Bukhari 2658. Bukhari 2658.
Bukhari 26. So is it the Prophet ﷺ said women are deficient in aql and reason and deen? And when he asked what he meant, he himself explains it.
No, that's a different hadith. Like I said to you,
it's 2658, bro.
2658 is a short 2-3 sentences.
2658, right?
Yes. The Prophet said, "Isn't the witness of a woman equal to half of that of a man?" So 2 women's testimony equals 1 man. Why? He says this is just because of the deficiency of a woman's mind. So there's something wrong with a woman's mind which makes her testimony half of a man. I.e., the conclusion of that is she's half-brained. Women are half-brained according to Muhammad. So it takes 2 women to equal a man in regards to testimony, in witness, etc.
All right, so Islam does not teach that women are half-brained, and that phrase does not exist in the Quran or the Hadith. What exists is a statement about legal testimony in one specific context. You know what I mean? So, which obviously critics are going to exaggerate into an insult.
What in this hadith makes you think this is a specific context?
Because aql does not mean intelligence. It means legal reasoning and legal reliability.
Say that again?
Because in Arabic, the verse speaks about aql, right? That means that's what they said, like half-brained. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. How you spell it for me? How you spell it?
It's an Arabic word, but you know, AQL, I guess, as a transliteration of the word. It doesn't mean intelligence in this context. It means legal reasoning and legal reliability in court. It's used many times in many hadith and many verses. It's legal reasoning, not intelligence in general.
Okay. From the quick searches here, it says that word is used in Islamic philosophy and theology to talk about intellect or the rational faculty of the soul that connects humans to God. Typically,
which source are you using for the translation?
These are just websites that just come up on a quick Google search.
Okay, but I'm speaking in a point of view in like the Arabic that's used in the Hadith. The word aql means legal reasoning and legal reliability. So to be honest, you can't reinterpret a term after the speaker already defined it. The word can really mean. I'm
not redefining it. All you're basically saying is these people on your Muslim Islamic websites didn't translate it correctly. Which I'm not even saying I agree with what you're saying, just for the record.
But like, thing is, like, it cannot mean half intelligence. If half brained were literal,
why can't it mean half intelligence?
Because even in Islam, we say women transmit hadith. It's religious law, and women issue fatwas, and men even accepted a lot of women in Islam's corrections publicly. So that women were half-brained, that would have been collapsed.
That wouldn't mean that what Muhammad said isn't true, or what Muhammad said isn't that they're half-brained. That wouldn't mean that.
So what do you mean by half-brain? Like literally half-brain, or just half as intelligent?
It doesn't have to be like, you could take it literal if you want, but that's not the point. The point is he's saying they're dumb. That's the point. It takes 2 women to equal a man. That's what he's basically saying, because they have a deficient mind. There's something wrong with their mind which collapses their intellect, their intelligence into half of a man. That's what he's saying. Whether you want to hone in on that particular word or not, the surrounding context still leads you to the same point.
But like, do you agree that if we define people by selective legal, technicalities instead of by the text's overall worldview, then no religion, really survives, including Christianity?
What do you mean by that? Say that again.
For example, like if I bring up like Paul's statements about women, Um, let me bring up the verse for you. Let me just.
Deficient meaning
Okay,
emotional.
so for example, in 1 Corinthians 14:34, it says women should remain silent in the churches; they are not allowed to speak.
Okay.
Does that not sound like women are banned from speaking in the church?
No. But what does that have to do with being half-brained or deficient in mind?
I'm saying, like, we can't define people by selective legal bro, I can't say that word. Technicalities. There you go.
What do you mean by technicalities? What do you mean by that?
Like in legal or like political reason. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you mean? Like, how does that have to relate to the hadith and what he's saying?
It relates because they're using the word aql. Aql does not mean intelligence.
You keep saying that, but I already said to you, the context of what he's talking about doesn't like help you with that sort of argument.
So what are you trying, like, what did you interpret out of this verse?
I'm interpreting what it says. 2 women equal 1 man because there's something wrong with their brain. It's simple. It's easy to understand and read. It's only difficult. When I gave you the example of the 1 man and 1 brain and 2 women and 2 brains, you got there and you said, okay, yeah, equals half brain. Now, the moment we started reading the hadith, all of a sudden you don't understand what it means anymore. And it's like you're looking for a different way to get out of it. Why? I
just don't know what you, like, I don't know how you're trying to interpret it. You're saying the word in Arabic, as someone who speaks Arabic, you're saying the word means something else. The word does not mean intelligence, bro. We're not talking about intelligence.
Okay. If it doesn't mean intelligence, why did these Arabic speakers and readers translate it to intelligence?
Because there's many reasons to one word. Even in English, even in every single language, there's multiple reasons.
No, but why did they translate it? What was their reasoning? Why did they say, okay, we're going to translate this to mean deficient, i.e. something wrong, in a woman's mind?
One second, let me bring up a little, let me go to one of your sources, the quick Google search. So, though it's commonly translated as reason or intellect. In classical Arabic, it means legal reasoning, judgment, or responsibility. It does not mean general intelligence or brain capacity.
You just said, read it again.
The word aql is translated as reason or intellect. In classical Arabic, the same classical Arabic that's used in Quran and Hadith, it often means legal reasoning, judgment, or responsibility. It doesn't mean general intelligence or brain capacity, like you're saying.
Legal reasoning, what and what?
And brain capacity.
Legal reasoning.
Like you're saying half.
Legal reasoning, brain capacity, and what?
That's it. General intelligence and brain capacity. You're saying it's half. They have half the brain capacity of a man.
If 2, Davinder, thanks for liking the live. If 2 equal 1, that means the 2 is 0.5 and 0.5. Simple maths. You got me with the simple maths earlier. You understood it. But
I'm saying in 26:58, the verse that you're referring to, are you saying the Prophet is saying the women are deficient in aql and religion, right?
They're deficient in mind. Obviously, that hadith specifically.
Exactly.
That hadith, hold on. That hadith specifically talks about being deficient in mind. There's the other hadith which talks about being deficient in mind and religion, and it just.
Do one hadith at a time, bro.
I know. You were the one referencing the other hadith.
I'm talking about 26:58.
I know.
You brought up.
I know, but the reason I'm saying that is because before we went to the specific reference, when you were alluding to it, you were alluding to a different one.
No. I'm alluding to 26:58 right now.
No, you weren't alluding to this. The stuff you said was alluding to a different hadith. But keep going.
Okay, so you're saying that they're deficient in mind and religion. Okay, if you look at the Arabic translation, it doesn't say mind. It says aql, the word we just went over it. It means testimony in financial contracts. Legal reasoning.
No, it doesn't, bro. It doesn't mean that.
What do you mean? No, that you tell me, bro.
You
look it up.
Listen. Hold on. You're contradicting yourself. When you initially started, you said, "Oh, it's about legal reasoning and all this different kind of stuff." Now, now you're specifically trying to say it's about financial contracts and translation and transaction, etc., which is not exactly the same.
It is financial contracts not the same thing as legal reason? Like, is it not require legal reasoning?
Not necessarily.
What does it require then? How does it not require legal reasoning, judgment, or responsibility? Financial contracts.
Financial contracts and legal reasoning, they're not exactly the same. That's my point. I didn't say
they're not the same, but one requires the other. You can't fully understand a financial contract without legal reasoning.
It depends on the financial contract. It's not as easy.
Like the testimony in the financial contract. And the verse also says deficiency in religion, right?
Yep. Well, no,
you know what that relates to?
This hadith doesn't say that. This is why I kept saying to you, you're referring to a different hadith.
2658 is saying women are deficient in aql and religion. That's a summary of the whole hadith.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
It's saying women are deficient in aql and religion.
Mm-hmm.
And
why?
If you translate that in English, like you said, you read this out to me. You said they're deficient in mind and religion.
Yes, there's something wrong which stops them from doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay. Now, Thank you for saying that. So you're saying there's something wrong that stops them from aql and religion?
From both, yes.
From both, okay. Deficiency in religion, do you know what that relates to? That relates to prayer, fasting, the pillars of Islam. These are the exemptions during menstruation.
Because they are deficient in their religion, they have their cycle every single month. They can't do certain things which other people can't, which other people, men, can do. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Because men don't go through menstruation. Menstruation is a state of impurity.
Men don't have that deficiency.
They don't.
Right? And in the same way, if we now move it forward to the mind, just like women are deficient in their religion, they can't do certain things, which doesn't make them equal to a man. Their brain, their mind is such a way that it doesn't allow them to do what one man can do.
It's not their mind, that's just how the human body is.
It needs two women to equal the man because there's a deficiency. In the same way they can't do certain things because of their monthly cycle, in the religion, they can't do certain things with their brain or their mind because that's how they've been created. It's the same.
How is that what does that have anything to do with their minds? If it's menstruation is part of the body, you know that, right? Like that's basic biology.
Menstruation is based on the second part of the religion. Menstruation is not why their mind is deficient. They're two separate things.
Wouldn't you agree that they're in a constant state of impurity during menstruation, during their time of month? Are they not in a constant state of impurity? Why would you want to do anything religious in that state of impurity? Why would you want to pray, fast, or do any of these pillars if you're impure?
You're going off track now. What does that have to do with anything?
How is that because you're saying that women are...
The point is there's a deficiency. There's something that they lack as women, according to Muhammad, which stops them from doing what a man can do. Do you understand
that? This isn't a brain deficiency, though. This is just something that happens in the woman body.
The religion part isn't about the brain. That's not my point. I said that already. I'm going to say it again. The religion part isn't about the brain. The first part,
talking about the aql part, the mind.
The first part is what he's talking about when he's talking about the brain.
Okay, so I'm going to do what you've been doing, right? I'm going to go on a Google search. I'm going to look up the meaning of the word aql because the hadith uses the word aql. It doesn't use the word mind.
How are you going to do that? When I went to do that, you said, no, don't do it. Now you're going to do it. Does that even make sense?
Exactly, because you're looking at different translations. There's different meanings of this word.
So how are you going to do what you told me not to do? I
didn't tell you not to do it. I said
yes,
look for the right word. Look for the right translation.
When I did a quick search,
you have a recording of the live. Go back to the live and listen to what I said.
When I did a quick search, I started reading some of the definitions. You said, okay, no, don't worry about that. Leave it. I left it. I didn't even go with it anymore because it doesn't really make a difference to the point I'm making.
I got you. So I just did a quick Google search. Here's the AI overview.
Oh my goodness.
In classical Arabic and Islamic thought, the term aql has multiple rich definitions that extend beyond simple English translations like reason or mind. Both of those words appear in that verse.
It says, read it again.
You said the word mind.
Read it again. Go back to the beginning of the sentence. Read it again.
In classical Arabic and Islamic thought, the term aql, the one that's used in the Hadith, has multiple definitions. These extend beyond simple English translations, like reason and mind.
You're emphasizing while you're actually proving my point. You're reading something.
I'm emphasizing the word reason because that's the word you're saying that it doesn't mean that.
No, I didn't say it doesn't mean that. You're reading it something which says classical Arabic has these meanings and also goes beyond those meanings. So you've been trying to spend this whole time to say, oh, it doesn't mean.
It goes beyond English translations.
So it means these things, but can go beyond it as well. But you're trying to go on like it can't mean that, which is obviously not the case.
Okay, look. I'll even turn my camera on. I'll show you.
Why do you need to show me?
Big screen.
Why do you? No, I'm not making you big screen.
I'm gonna show you. No, I'm gonna. This is your quick Google search. This is your Google search.
No. Why do I need you to show me? You didn't say anything which disagrees with what I've been saying.
I bet here. I'll just read it out to you then.
You read it already. How does that change what I've been saying?
That's the AI overview. Let me read out to you the primary definitions of the word aqid that I've been talking about for the past 10 minutes.
How does it change? My goodness. I said to you, let me go and search. You said no. Don't forget about it. Now you're
I did not say that, bro.
All right. Search
up aqil meaning.
I've been saying mind. Now I've been proven. How have I been proven wrong? Don't you understand? There's different ways to talk about someone's mind. Reasoning is part of a mind. Part of your mind.
No, listen. I swear to God, like when I was going over that it means reason, you said no, it doesn't. You said no, it doesn't mean reason. I was doing what you've been doing this whole time and going on Google's quick little Google search and searching up what the word means.
Okay.
Just like you've been.
Okay.
And I found the word.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Right. Deficient in reasoning. How is that any majorly different from being deficient in mind? It's still saying the same thing. It's still proving the same point.
Okay, do you think women were doing all those political and financial stuff back then? It was all up to the men, was it not?
Whether they were
doing that, reason is more important than mind in this.
Whether they were doing that or not is not the point, because
yes, it is.
You want to isolate it to a particular setting. I don't have to take this particular setting you're trying to force it into, or it's only legal or financial, etc. This is why I don't know why you're making such a big deal. Like mind, I'm emphasizing
it's
mind.
Obviously a big deal because you're saying this word means only mind. You're saying this word means they're deficient in mind.
I'm emphasizing mind.
In reason.
I'm emphasizing mind because of what the Hadith says. The Hadith says that word mind.
The Hadith uses the word aqid. It doesn't use the word mind.
I'm talking about the English. I'm talking about the English, bro. Obviously, I'm talking about the English. I'm not talking about the Arabic. This is why I asked you before. The people that are translating.
Hadith is originally in Arabic, though. What do you mean? Why are you not talking about the Arabic?
I know.
The Hadith is in Arabic.
My goodness. This is why I kept saying to you, the people that translated it from Arabic to English, they know Arabic. They know Arabic better than you. So, because they know Arabic, yes, they do. They clearly do know it better than you. That's why they're translating on those websites and you're not.
Listen, so if you go on a different source to the Hadith, if you go on the actual book, the physical book, tell me why it uses the word aqid. It uses the word reason. The primary definition is intellect and ration faculty. It refers to
intellect
the human capacity for understanding,
perception, slow down. Go back and read it again.
Primary definitions of aqid. Intellect and ration faculty.
Okay.
This is the most common translation.
Hold on. What's intellect?
I'm reading it. I'm literally reading it.
No. I said hold on. What is intellect?
Intellect is like the basic the mind that you've been saying this whole time.
No.
I'm reading out all the definitions.
Read it again.
This is the one. This is the
no. Go back to
this is the meaning that you're referring to.
No,
you
go
can't
back
just
to
keep talking over me. And I'm trying to read it.
No,
bro.
go back to the beginning and read it again. Read it slowly.
Okay, I got you. So this word, this part is what you're referring to. You're referring to the mind. So intellect and rational faculty.
No, just read.
Is this one of your meanings?
Read what you said at the beginning. Read the beginning.
Okay, this is a common translation. It refers to the human capacity for understanding.
You're not reading what you read
perception.
before, bro. You're not reading what you read before. No, it isn't.
Thing that shows up.
No, it isn't, because you said something different last time. So it means you're not reading the same thing.
So I am.
No, you're not.
I'm reading the definition that you're saying. I'm reading the mind.
When you read it, you said something like, you said akal, and then you said whatever it says first. Now
I read the AI overview. Listen, look, I read this. Look at my camera. Big screen me so you can see. Big screen so you can see this.
No, I can see it.
You can see it. This is the AI overview. This tells you the word has meanings like reason. This is the meaning I'm looking. This is the meaning that's used in the Hadith.
He's reading from
mind.
Google, guys. When he told me not to read from Google.
This is the translation you're looking at. Yeah, this is straight from Google. This is a translation. This is what I searched up. Aql meaning, different Arabic definitions in classical Arabic. I'm just looking at a translation. This is a translation of the word aql, is it not? Reason or mind. Now, down here, this is the first thing I started reading. You told me to go back. Intellect and rational faculty. This is a common translation. It refers to the human capacity for understanding, perception, and logical thought. Is this not what you were talking about like 10 minutes ago? This is the meaning that you were talking about. The whole problem here is Hamza Azam. This is the problem. He's saying he read a verse. It has the translation of this word, aql, in the hadith, and he thinks it means mind. But it really means reason, like logical and political, financial reason.
Reason?
Women didn't have that back then.
You already said, imagine what this guy's saying. Imagine. Reason, we already established. Reason is a part of your mind, right? It's a feature of your mind. You can't reason without a mind or without a brain, right?
Well, we're not talking about like literal reason. We're talking about the financial, the political, like reasoning stuff, like financial contracts or anything that requires like this reason. Women didn't do that. Even in the Bible, women did not used to deal with that stuff. It was all up to the husband. It was all up to the man. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Whether I agree
was it not all up to the man?
Don't ask me a question and then start talking, bro. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, answer the question. Answer the question. Go ahead.
My goodness.
Matter of fact, on mute. Go.
Whether I agree or disagree isn't the point. Your hadiths.
Yes, it is, bro. What do you mean? Yes, it is, bro. You're the Christian, bro. Yes, it is.
Whether I agree with you about whether they were involved in the transactions or not is not the point. The reason it's not the point is because, let's say they weren't involved. That doesn't automatically translate into they are deficient in mind. They can't be a witness. Their witness is half of a man. It doesn't translate into that. You're trying to take that approach because of what Muhammad says. You don't have to take that approach.
You're saying, listen, brother, just listen. Stop having selective hearing, right? Just listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm not even trying to argue. I'm just trying to give you what I'm saying, right? You're saying the word aql that's used in the hadith, what was it, 20 something 58, right? The hadith that you're talking about that says women lack the religion, they're deficient in the religion and they're deficient in the mind. The word mind, right? You're saying mind as in like day to day, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not smart, they don't have this brain capacity. What I'm saying and what many scholars are saying, it's using financial, like political reason. Like women never dealt with that back then. They didn't. I'm saying it referring to the word reason. And there's many definitions of this word aql.
Reason, you agreed earlier, is part of the mind.
Yeah, day-to-day reason, yes, like thinking and like having like decision-making skills, right? I'm talking about the reason that's used in the hadith is that legal reasoning, that like judgment and like responsibility. It doesn't mean general intelligence. You think it means general intelligence. It doesn't.
I mean, I think
It's
it means
testimony and like financial
I
contracts.
think it means what it says.
It literally says it's referring to legal reasoning. For example, like financial contracts, that requires that legal reasoning. Women never used all that financial and legal reasoning stuff back then. Do you agree or disagree? This is an actual answer. Do you agree that women did not?
Bro, we're going around in circles. I already said to you already, whether they were involved in it or not isn't the point. The point is the statement. They lack it. The point is his statement and the conclusion you draw from the statement. That's the point. Look, bro, this is it, man. I don't even know how long we speak for. What, 30 minutes, and we ain't even gone.
Mind you, this is one hadith that you keep going in circles with me. I'm telling you the meaning of the word, and you're saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter whether I agree or disagree that women didn't deal with that." Yes, it does matter. It really does matter.
All right, bro. All right. Whatever you want to say, bro. It's cool.
Whatever. Okay, now it's whatever I want to say.
No, because
you've been talking over me this whole time. Now it's whatever.
No, I haven't been talking over you the whole time, but we're going in circles, bro. We've been going in circles. So look, call in again another time if you want, bro. It's fine. But
all right, bro. All right,
cool.
Yeah, GG's, man. You can't.
All right, bro. 30 minutes. This is why this is so crazy. Before I bring up the next caller, right? I literally gave him the example in the beginning, right? One person, one man, two women. He was with me there. The moment we get into the source, it becomes a problem, which it doesn't make sense. He's fighting for a definition, which he's reading from these different places, the definition, which some of the definitions he's mentioning are in reference to what I'm talking about. Or what's like, if you want to just call it just the basic, simple understanding. Crazy. All right. Obviously, and the funny thing about this conversation is like, that's why I'm going back to this comment, right? Thank you for sticking up for us as women. All glory to God. I'm not half of a man, period. All glory to God. Now, the crazy thing about this is, this was a 30-minute conversation I just had with that guy. And his whole point is, okay, look, they didn't have it back then. They didn't involve themselves in financial transactions. They didn't know all this kind of stuff. The question I didn't even ask him, but you have to think about is, why weren't they involved in that stuff? Let's see. Right? Unless you're looking at the plain meaning, which you can never be true. This is why I gave him the example first. Because if I didn't give him the example first, it's recorded. He said it. 0.5. Let's see. All right. Let's go to the actually it was there. Okay. Let's do this one. Abu. Can you hear me? Abu. Can you hear me? Say something. I'm going to move on. LOL. All right. Abu, you sort yourself out. And then maybe I'll come back to you at some point. If you're still there. Darth.
Yo.
How you doing?
Good.
You're a Muslim?
Yeah.
Sunni? Shia?
Sunni.
Hadith? Quran only?
Huh? Everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
Alright. How long have you been listening?
Huh?
How long have you been listening?
For like 10 minutes.
Okay. What do you think about what the last guy was saying, from what you heard?
I think Islam is just like good for women, you know.
Okay. Abu, I'll bring you back up in a little bit. I'm talking to someone else now. Okay. Just make sure your microphone is set up correctly and we can have a conversation. You were saying you think Islam is good for women.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, before I was talking to this guy about Muhammad and Hadith, one of the reasons I say Islam is bad for women, right, ultimately, is in one of the same Hadith I was just talking to you about the other guy, where Muhammad is saying women are the most deficient or the dumbest people he's ever seen. He says that women make up the majority of hell. That's one of the reasons why I say Islam is bad for women. What do you think about that? Why do women have to make up the majority of hell? Is that good or bad?
Because they will be deceived by the Dajjal, you know.
Why? What's special about women that they're deceived by the Dajjal that men aren't?
Look at the women today.
Okay.
Look what they do.
Okay. Do men do bad stuff as well?
Yeah, but there's more women than men.
There's more women than men?
Yep.
Has it always been like that? Or are you just talking about now?
Well, now this still is, you know. It's always been.
Not necessarily, you can't say now still is. There's studies in more recent times which say there's more women than men, but that doesn't mean there's always been more women than men.
Yeah, not always, because of course, but like in this day and age, there is still more women than men now.
Okay.
Then the end of times, then there's going to be more women.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with that sort of reasoning, though, is Muhammad doesn't say that's the reason why there's going to be more women in hell than men.
And tell me why.
He gives multiple different reasons. He says, for example, women curse frequently. They swear a lot and they're ungrateful to their husbands. Do men swear a lot and are they ungrateful to their wives?
Yeah, but where does it say that exactly?
In Bukhari 304. Want me to read it to you?
That isn't the Quran.
Why does it have to be the Quran? You're not Quran only.
We don't follow Bukhari. I'm not Shia.
You're not. I didn't think you're Shia. I think you're Sunni. Sunni. Bukhari is the Sunni's most authentic Hadith collection, right?
Yeah, but Quran is like some hadiths. You just
Pardon?
lie, bro.
Pardon?
Some hadiths are just not authentic, you know. It can be a bit altered.
Okay, but
the Quran is always stay the same.
Some hadith are authentic too, though, right?
Yes, some.
So, if this is an authentic hadith, why are you going against it? Why do you have a problem with it?
Okay, just read out, yeah.
Okay. So it says, Bukhari 304. Once Allah's messenger went out to the Musalla to offer the prayer of Eid al-Adha or al-Fitra prayer. Then he passed by the women and said, O women, give alms, as I have seen that the majority of the dwellers of hellfire, the majority of the people in hell, were you, i.e. women. So Muhammad says to the women,
he gave a warning.
He says to the women at this particular point in time, I've seen in hell, and most of the people in there are women. This is why I say
this majority. Okay, look.
So most of the people in hell are women, he says.
So you're telling me hell's meant to be equal? Is that what you're telling me?
Pardon?
So you're telling me there should be like 50% woman and 50% man? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying that for the reasons he gives,
he gave a warning, because
he gave a warning based on what?
Based on there's more women than men.
No, but where did the warning come from? What made him give that warning?
What gave him that warning?
What happened to him? What was the reason why he now gave this warning? What happened?
Many things were going on in Medina at that time.
Now, what does the Hadith say? What motivated him to now, as he's passing by these women, to turn around and say, "Women, give alms"?
I've really seen that Hadith, you know.
It says, "I have seen that the majority of the people in hellfire are women." So
I don't think he's seen that.
So he saw.
So that's what.
So he saw something which motivated him to now say what he wanted to say.
Maybe he's also like a dream or something. But
so this is why he's saying it. He saw something. He saw hell, and this is why he's now giving this warning. Most of the people in hell are women because, for one reason, they curse frequently and they are disrespectful. They're ungrateful to their husbands. So this is why I asked you, are husbands, do they curse frequently, and are they ungrateful to their wives?
I mean, both genders do that.
I agree. But this is one of the reasons why most of the people in hell are women. As if this is something specific to a woman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's more women than men. So it doesn't mean just because the women, there's going to be most of humanity, there's going to be women in hell. It's more like there's majority of humanity is woman, right?
You said that. We can't just say based on now. And I said to you already, you can't just say, well, because there's more women. That's not the reasoning he's giving. He's giving specific reasons. He would have known that. He's giving specific reasons. He's giving specific reasons, though, why this is the case. They curse frequently. They're ungrateful to their husbands. And he says, I have not...
Cursing has nothing to do with hell, though. Cursing has nothing to do with hell.
Those are the things that they're doing, which is causing them to go to hell. These are the evil deeds. These are the evil deeds which are outweighing the alms he's going to tell them to do.
Though. It's not a sin.
Cursing isn't a sin.
It's more like
cursing isn't a sin.
It's looked down on, but it's not really a sin.
I was speaking,
if you know what I mean.
I was speaking to a Muslim last time, and he was saying to me, it is a sin, and it's even a sin for a husband to swear as well.
You know, with like, if you have nothing like what it says, like cursing, it's like it's not really a sin, but it's like it's bad, but it isn't a sin. It's just like it's not pleasant, you know.
So if that's the case, why is go on? You can't what?
I don't think that Hadith's original though. That Hadith's not original though.
The Hadith's not original. Why is it not original?
Because that just don't make sense, and just
because it doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't make sense, therefore it's not original. Because it doesn't make sense to you.
No, because look, the way he spoke about women in the Quran versus what you're saying is two different things.
Okay. How did he speak about women in the Quran? Which contradicts this?
They're both spiritually like equal in the eyes of Allah. Where
does it say that in the Quran?
I know it says that.
You know it says that, you said? Or you said you don't know where it says that?
Okay, you want me to see? In the Quran, it states, like, I don't know the specific surah, but it says they both are spiritually equal and get equal rewards.
I need the reference, bro. Come on.
Okay, let me find the reference real quick. But 1 second.
All right. And like I said, that verse that you're referring to is apparently going to contradict this hadith. And this is the difference. We can't look at something in our sources, the sources of whatever religion we're talking about, right? And just say, well, I don't like it, it doesn't make sense. We don't get to do that if we're being a good Christian or a good Muslim. We have to look at the sources that we accept and take it.
Okay, in Quran 4:1, it says that both are spiritually equal.
4:1.
4:1. Wait, let me type in chat. Look, bro.
Mankind, fear your Lord who created you of a single soul, and from it created its male, and from the pair of them scattered abroad many men and women. And fear God by whom you demand one of another, and the wombs surely God ever watches over you.
No, let me find another.
Hold on, another translation. That was Arbery. Hilali Khan says, "O mankind, be dutiful to your Lord who created you from a single person, Adam, and from him he created his wife, and from them both he created many men and women, and fear Allah, through whom you demand your mutual rights, and do not cut the relations of the wombs, kinship, surely Allah is ever on watch over you." O mankind, Pickfile says, "O mankind, be careful of your duty to your Lord who created you from a single soul, and from it created its male, and from them twain have spread abroad a multitude of men and women." Be careful of your duty toward. Okay.
Exactly, bro. He's talking to humanity, women and men. The same.
Saying mankind,
single soul.
Fear God who created you of a single soul. Who is the single soul?
Yeah.
And from it created its mate. So he's talking about it created mankind. All of creation comes down from Adam, right? From the first man he created, and from Adam he created Eve, his mate, and then obviously everyone else, right? So
what's so bad about it then?
I didn't say there's anything so bad about this, but obviously you were alluding to stuff like this in contrast to the hadith.
Some hadiths are not original though, as I told you.
You said that already, but what is it about this hadith, other than you saying it doesn't make sense, makes it not original? You don't get to just throw it under the bus because you think it doesn't make sense.
Because, like, see, in like Bukhari, just 1 second. Let me check it, bro. 1 second.
All right. He doesn't like the hadith because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, before I do that, bro, let me show you some other verses that also contradict what you're saying. So look.
But you know that first verse didn't contradict what the hadith said. You know that, right?
Then look what I'm doing in chat. No.
Okay.
Check those verses.
I'm gonna look at one more, and then I'm gonna have a conversation with someone else. All right?
I don't think Bukhari's canon, bro.
You don't think Bukhari's canon?
Yeah, bro.
It's not Quran, but
Quran has everything you need.
There were Muslims earlier on that are literally saying, how can you not accept the Hadith as a Muslim? Okay. So this
You're
one,
just a son of the Prophet, you know.
49:13. O mankind, we have created you, this is Arbery, male and female, and appointed you races and tribes that you may know one another. Surely the noblest among you in the sight of God is the most God-fearing of you. God is all-knowing, all-aware. Okay, the other translations are basically kind of saying the same thing, which again, like this isn't contradicting the Hadith.
Okay, without Bukhari, yeah. Where in the Quran does it also state? Because Bukhari is not 100%. It would just go on what the Prophet said, you know?
Yeah, and the Hadith that we were talking about is quoting what Muhammad said. And they say here Hadiths,
not Arabic, though.
They're authentic. Arabic people translated it. This whole is translated to English, so it can't be true or it doesn't make sense. So
read it in Arabic though.
I don't read Arabic. I rely on scholars who are Arabic to translate and to break down all of this kind of stuff. So people like us who don't read Arabic, people I can grant you that, but that doesn't mean Arabic people who are translating this are going to get it wrong. Not consistently. This is why you look at multiple. You notice how you're giving me a verse. I'm reading multiple translations because I'm getting a general gist of what different Arabic translators want me to understand from the verse.
Yeah, but
all you said at this point is
it's false,
I don't like this Bukhari hadith because it doesn't really make sense. That's all you've said so far. That's not how to do things.
But the Quran, there's no mistakes in it, right?
All right. Look, bro.
Wait. Let me see.
No. You can call in another time, but
no. Look, bro. Okay.
No. It's all right. We can't be in that situation. All right, cool. So before Abu, I'm gonna come to you next. Make sure your mic is ready this time. But just notice, guys, I'm giving him hadith. He says he accepts hadith, but he doesn't want the hadith because it doesn't make sense, he said. And he put verses, I'm pretty sure the first two verses he mentioned weren't contradicting the hadith. So based on that, I won't be surprised if the other two verses he mentioned do exactly the same. All right, Abu, you're up. Abu. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Yeah. What kind of Muslim are you? Sunni or Shia?
I'm Sunni.
You're Sunni. So you accept Bukhari or your Quran only?
I said both.
Okay. Do you want to add something to what we were talking about in regards to that hadith? Or
Yeah. About the Bukhari, it said that more women will be in hellfire, right?
Yeah. Is that good or bad?
I can defend it through the Bible.
What do you need to defend about it? Is it true or is it not true?
It is true. It is true.
Okay.
Okay, now listen. Your Bible established male authority over female, right? You know about that, right?
Is that bad or good?
I mean, like, you're supposed to defend Christianity according to you. Christians.
I'm asking you. You mentioned that, bro. You mentioned that men are to lead the household. I'm asking you, is that good or bad?
It is according to your Bible. It is your Bible, yeah?
Come on, bro.
Let me ask you, is it good or bad?
Don't tell me that you waited this long for the conversation to drop.
No, listen. You know, in Bible it says, wives, submit yourself to your husband.
Answer my question.
Okay.
Is it good? Is it good or bad that a husband is the
It is good.
head of the house?
It is good.
Okay, keep going.
It is good. If God said that, it is good.
Keep going.
Okay, now, in your Bible, it says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husband as you do to the Lord.
Okay.
It is true. Is it true or not?
Okay, yeah. There's a verse that says that or
Yeah.
something similar to that.
No.
Okay, what's your point?
Oh no. Let me ask you. My point is, today, how many women submit themselves to their husband?
What does that have to do with the women in hell, bro? You literally.
No.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
You asked me a question. You asked me a question.
My point is.
You asked me a question.
But you won't ask my.
You said you want to talk about the women in hell. You said you're going to answer it from the Bible. So I'm trying to understand what this has to do with the majority of people being women, according to Muhammad. His connections. Okay, he's back. What does that have to do with women being in hell?
Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What does it have to do with the majority of women being in hell?
My point is, okay, listen carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Bible says to women, they have to listen to their husband and obey their husband as they do to the Lord.
Okay.
Disobeying God, is it a sin or not?
Yes.
Okay, when your God says you have to obey your husband as you do to the God. Now, today, how many women obey their husbands? If a husband tells a woman to dress properly in West, how many do that? There are very few. So there are very few who do that actually. So that sports Bukhari that more women will be in hell. From your own Bible.
No, the Bible doesn't ever say there's going to be more women in hell than men.
You get my point.
The Bible
says. You get my point.
Listen to me.
Okay, I understand.
Listen.
Bible never
listen. Let me
Bible
talk.
Never,
let me talk. The Bible says, if you do these things or if you don't do certain things, then you will end up in hell. It doesn't say there's going to be more women or there's going to be men. There may be more women in the end. There may be more men, right? That's yet to be seen from our perspective. But you're saying, for example, well, women are supposed to listen to their husbands, and how many women out there don't listen to their husbands? That's not the only sin in the world. If a woman, for example, is married and she's not listening to her husband who's saying dress appropriately and dressing modestly in Christianity, if you don't dress modestly in Christianity, then yes, that is a sin. But there's other sins in the world that men commit and women commit. So you're conflating and making it seem like this is the only reason why women go to hell. That's not how this works.
I understand your point. And I need you to understand my point too. In Bible, it says clearly, women, wives, submit to your husband as you do to the Lord. And you agree that disobeying the Lord is a sin. My point is, how many wives submit to their husband nowadays?
How am I going to give you that sort of answer, bro? I'm not God.
Okay, you're not God, but if you look at the world right now, you see, because you see the feminists out there.
Feminists?
Yeah, this proves.
Feminists.
Like Bible orders women to be quiet.
In a certain context, in a certain context, yes.
Bible says, I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over men. She must be quiet. Because, you know why? Because according to your religion, Eve sinned. And she disobeyed God.
Adam,
because of her, Adam.
Do you think Adam didn't sin?
Listen. In the first Timothy,
answer the question.
Adam was.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Do you think Adam didn't sin?
I'm going to answer this question through Bible, okay? But listen to me.
You're quoting one verse. You're quoting one verse, which there's other verses which talk about Adam sinning as well.
Okay.
The passage. Listen to me. Listen to me, because you're saying stuff which you're saying stuff which is inaccurate. So this is why I'm trying to help you before you go deeper down a ditch. I'm trying to help you.
You ain't helping me. Listen, your Bible said Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor.
He was not deceived. We know he wasn't
Yes.
deceived. You can read that in Genesis that he wasn't deceived. He ate it
And the woman,
willingly. Do you not understand
wait,
that?
are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me finish? And the woman became transgressor.
Did she
And
sin?
this is the reason.
Did
This
she?
is the reason
My
Bible tells women
goodness.
to be quiet. The Bible
My,
tells women
my
to shut up.
goodness. My goodness. Did she sin when she ate the forbidden fruit?
Yeah, she sinned.
Okay. Did
And she
Adam
was deceived
listen? Did Adam sin
because of
when
her,
when
because of her, according to your Bible,
no
because of
no
her,
no?
Adam sinned, right?
Did Adam sin when he ate the forbidden fruit?
Yeah, he sinned too.
Stop typing and just talk, bro.
I am talking to you.
No, I said
Yeah, okay. Now listen to me. You ain't answering my question, okay? My question is,
notice, guys, how he ran from the hadith we're supposed to be talking about, just for the record.
okay, Hadith. My point is, Hadith is right. More women will be held according to you, even according to your Bible. Because your Bible says women have to be quiet, they have to obey their husband.
The Bible,
Now,
okay,
today you were-
no, hold on. So, the Bible says that a husband is supposed to love his wife like Christ loved the church. So,
Yeah.
the simple, silly logic you use to say, "Oh, this is why women are in hell,"
Okay, now listen,
no,
listen.
don't interrupt me, bro. It's the same way I could just
stop.
ask. The same way I could just turn around and say, "Oh, how many men love their wives like Christ loved the church?" Like, this is silly reasoning.
Bible doesn't say husbands have to love their wives or obey their wives. It isn't about love. It is about obeying. It is about obeying. And submitting.
Listen.
Don't change the topic.
Listen faster. Listen faster than you talk. I didn't say husband's supposed to.
We're not talking about romantic. It is a
all right, bro.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. No. Now, see, when it gets to the point where I'm done, now all of a sudden he wants, no, okay, wait, let's speak. Let me speak. That's not how this works. If you can't control yourself, we're not going to keep talking. He's using silly logic, which, if I just reversed it on him, shows him how silly this argumentation is. He wants to hone in on a particular thing and say, "Oh, this is what it is," when that's not the case. This is not the only sin in the world. My goodness. Definitely just trying to make up reasons. Apparently, anyway. All right.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm blessed despite some of these conversations today.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm a Quranist Muslim.
You're a Quranist.
That's right.
What? How long have you been a Muslim?
Around 6 years, almost 6 years.
And are you a Sunni, Shia?
Well, Quranists technically are not accepted by Sunni or Shia, because so there's something called the Sunnah. There's something called Hadith, and one is like, the storyline of the guy. The other one is like, culmination of chapters or simplified. People that essentially, for me, Hadiths are essentially what happened to the Bible. A bunch of men came, and apostles and clergy came after this prophet came to deliver a message, and then, which again, just like the Samaritans have to the Jews, they came after one another, and then they had disagreements. So it became like a broken telephone game. You have these people that came with a message, or to guide people to a path, and then after they're gone or crucified or rose or no longer here, 50 to 300 years after, you have Hadiths, or you have a New Testament, or you have John and Luke, when, there's no Middle Eastern guy I know named John or Luke. So
you do know, John is a transliteration of his name, right?
Yeah,
His Hebrew name would have been Yochanan. So they wouldn't.
Or
they wouldn't have been going around in Israel in the first century calling him John. You do know that, right?
So what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to naming conventions, how come we have to translate naming conventions? Because names are proxy placeholders for person, place, or thing. And I don't know about you, but I travel, and people speak many languages, but they don't have to change their name to accommodate a language.
All right. So you basically said you're a Muslim in limbo. You're not a Sunni. You're not a Shia.
It's not in limbo.
Sunnis won't accept you because you don't accept the Hadith, and
Right.
Shia are not going to accept you because you're not a Shia.
Precisely, because when I was Christian, I was Eastern Orthodox. Catholics didn't accept me. Protestants, OCA, Eastern Orthodox. So
that's not the point.
Mormons are not going to accept me, just like Latter-day Saints won't accept me.
That's not the point, though. I'm just trying
It's a related point.
I'm trying to designate where to place you. So
no problem. I understand.
So obviously, I was speaking to a Shia Muslim earlier on. We didn't talk about Hadith, or not Shia Hadith anyway. We didn't talk about Sunni Hadith, sorry, because she doesn't accept it. If you are Quranist only, then I'm not going to talk to you about Hadith because you don't accept it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Quran itself, most of these people that follow Hadith, the Quran itself, and you can pull up these passages, has 3 different surahs where they're saying this book is complete, right? And I don't know what the word complete means to you, but when I have a complete meal, I don't need another meal to supplement the meal, right?
You're talking about the Quran saying that.
The Quran says that this book is complete,
That is
and we
a
have not
detailed
missed
explanation of
yes,
everything,
and it
right?
says that we have not omitted in this book a single thing. So every part of this book can apply to every part of your life. So when I read these words, right, to me, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to go take a hadith, then I'm actually contradicting that sentence.
Okay, so based on the Quran, does the Quran tell you how many chapters are in the Quran?
What do you mean?
Does the Quran tell you how many chapters are in the Quran?
On the top of my head, I'm not sure if it does.
Okay. How many times do you pray a day?
Well, so it's supposed to be 3 because it's supposed to be inherited from the Jews. Now, I know there's a hadith that says you don't know how many times, but it's supposed to be about the sun and the moon's placement. It's supposed to be 3 times. And hadith people say it's 5.
How many times do you pray? I asked you how many times do you pray? You pray
the
3
Quran
times.
says 3.
You pray 3 times a day.
Right, the dawn and the nighttime, and then midday when both are at equal level.
Okay, cool. So you pray 3 times a day because the Quran says pray 3 times a day.
It goes by the sun and moon placements.
All right, cool. And all right, so Quran only, yeah?
That's right.
All right. So one of the things we've been speaking about today from the Quran is chapter 4, verse 34. Are you familiar with that passage?
I'll have to pull it up. Would you mind just refresh me what the name of it is? Which surah it is?
An-Nisa, the woman. It's a chapter in the Quran all about the woman.
All right. And while we get into this, in about 4 minutes, I got to go grab my girl something. So I'm still going to be here. I'll just mute myself for about 2 minutes and come back down. But that's in about 3 to 4 minutes. Just want to give you that disclaimer so that way you don't get too deep in about 3 to 4 minutes, because I don't want to interrupt you and lose the main point.
No,
so
it's cool.
All right. Because I want to stay on topic here.
The point is, I think this is a very bad scenario for women. It's a scenario, when you read it, it talks about a husband is able to strike his wife if he fears rebellion from her. What do you think about that? Is a husband striking a wife a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it's a bad thing. But again, you got to look at it in the context, because a wife is not allowed to divorce her husband in Christianity. It's a very, very challenging process for a woman to divorce her husband in Christianity, because she's not promised any property or land. She doesn't get any divorce rights, right? She doesn't get any sort of land or anything from the marriage. And it's also looked down upon in the Bible. So women, when you do realize that the U.S. divorce law is based on the Quran.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Okay, what does that have to
All
do?
of Europe's divorce laws are
What does
based
that have
on
to
Muslims.
do with what we're talking about?
Because we're talking about marriage and treatment of equality and egalitarianistic principle.
Okay.
But women are original sinners according to Adam and Eve in Christianity.
The women are original. What are you talking about?
Eve was the one that was tempted by the snake.
You're running so much from.
I'm giving you a bunch of points here because we can dive deeper into them.
You're giving me points
and consolidate the thesis. But I'm giving you a bunch of context.
We can consolidate. You can't even get past the first thing.
You asked me if it's good or bad to strike your wife, but I'm giving you context of the time.
You said it's bad, and then you said it's about the context, but you haven't given me any context about 7th century Arabia when this was apparently given, and what that has to do with why a husband can strike a wife. Explain.
Oh, I mean, even 2nd century Arabia or Rome, there were thousands of wives to each man. There was child trafficking. There was Roman guilds. Oh man, you want to talk about the times of Jesus or even rabbinic law. Sanhedrin or Nidda 44b, 3-year-olds are getting married.
Is rabbinic law Christianity? No.
100% is because Jesus is Jewish.
No,
Jesus is a Jew.
No, it isn't. So
Jesus is Jewish.
If you want to talk about rabbinic law, go and talk about rabbinic law with an Orthodox Jew. I'm not an Orthodox Jew, I'm a Christian. So again,
what religion was Jesus?
Stop deviating from...
I'm asking you, it's relevant.
Stop deviating, bro.
What law was he practicing?
Stop deviating.
What law was he practicing?
Talk about 434, bro. You're doing everything you can.
Is it bad to strike your wife? Let me read it up for you.
You already said it's bad, but read the verse. Explain it. Do something about what we're talking about. Stop running to other stuff.
I'm here. I'm not deflecting. Let me give me a second.
You are literally deflecting to other stuff.
It's really not deflecting because
everything but the verse.
And I understand it's called staging. They're framing the conversation. Your takeaway, and that's why I didn't want to let that happen, is to say that one religion has a, I guess, inherent bias or mistreatment towards women, but that is just completely fallacious.
So if a husband is able to strike a wife, is that bad for women or good for women?
I'm sorry?
So if a husband, according to the verse, is able to strike his wife because he fears rebellion, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing, but is it also good for your wife to not be able to divorce you if you cheat on her?
Who says that? That's not what the Bible says. So
the Bible makes it very, very challenging for a woman to be trusted in divorce. I'll pull up the verse.
What are you talking about?
And women also get no land in divorce, and they get no settlements in divorce.
Okay.
They're not obliged to receive anything in divorce in Christianity. Did you know that?
Just notice, guys, again, he's running. Everything except talking about the verse. How am I running?
You're looking at a mirror and you just can't defeat it.
How am I running? We're literally supposed to be talking about one thing,
because
and
you're
you've
trying
run
to stay
everywhere.
The conversation, and I'm flipping it. I'm hitting you with a Uno reverse.
You ain't hitting me with nothing, I don't know, bro. Man. You are not hitting me with anything.
I just did. I did 3 times. You're coming at me with one verse. I got 4 different scenarios.
You're not hitting me with anything. You're not
Adam and Eve.
You're literally
women can't
not
divorce.
Anything.
Women don't get any property rights. Women are inherently sinful.
Goodness. Women are inherently sinful.
We can go, tea for tat, man.
The reason why I'm not even wasting my time with most of the stuff you're saying is because you're not even saying stuff that actually makes sense. It's not true. So why would I waste my time?
True.
Why would I waste my time? It's a red herring. It's a distraction. Everything
it's not a red herring, and I'm not giving you ad hominems. You're just deflecting.
I didn't say you're giving me an ad hominem. I said it's a red herring.
I'm not giving you red herrings to distort the message.
Everything you're doing is a distraction to get away from the verse. You literally came up here and said, well, I've only got a couple minutes.
Okay, what does the verse mean to you?
All you've done in that time is talk about other stuff. Talk about what the verse says. You said, I need to know the context. Go and read it.
Hold on one second.
I think it says, since you asked, what it says. A husband can strike a wife. I told you that from the very beginning.
All right. So now let's say a husband strikes a wife and the wife wants to divorce him but can't.
No.
That would be Christianity.
No. Before that. My goodness.
Before that? Sure.
We're talking about striking a wife. Speak about that.
The verse discusses family responsibility, stating that men have a duty to care. So that same verse, 434.
Have you read the verse?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. So let me see here.
All right, read it out. Read the verse out for us.
All right, hold on here. Men are in charge of women by right of what Allah has given over other and spend for maintenance for their wealth. So righteous women are devoutly obedient, guarding in the husband's absence what Allah would have given in guard. This verse emphasizes the role of men as protectors and maintainers of women, highlighting the responsibilities that come with this role. It also mentions the importance of righteousness.
You didn't even read the whole verse. You didn't even read the whole verse, bro.
I'm trying to filter it. I have the book here, but it takes a longer time to filter it. I can pull out the book.
To filter what? What are you filtering?
To that chapter. Men are caretakers of women. First, I'm trying to see where it says strike. I don't see it here. I'm on literally Quran.
Read the whole verse then. That's the whole point. That's why I'm saying read the verse. You read some of the verse and started reading some commentary.
Hang tight. Wait for me.
Guys, make sure you're liking the live stream while he's looking for the verse that he said he had already. That's the truth right there.
All right, Deuteronomy.
Oh my goodness.
13, 19. If any man takes a wife and goes up to her and then turns against,
you're done. Do you see what we have to deal with? But this is what we have to deal with, guys. Anything he can to get away from the verse. He literally turned around and said, yeah, I'm going to go and get the verse. He already said he had the verse. Then when I told him to read the verse, he read a snippet of the verse. And then he turned around and went to Deuteronomy. This is Islam. And this is Islam right here. I apparently dropped him from the call because he read the verse and it didn't say strike. He read like the first few words in the verse and ran away from it. He didn't want to read it. This is what we're dealing with. This is madness. I'm apparently, do you see like the brain cells of these Muslims? I took him off because while he was explaining, he was literally in the Bible about to read about, actually he was actually reading a Bible verse. This is Islam. The truth isn't the truth. A lie isn't a lie. He's literally here lying and deceiving. Okay, I'm going to read it. He said he had the verse. I told him read the verse. He started reading a part of the verse with commentary. Then I said, no, read the full verse. Okay, hold on. Now we start hearing him typing. This is Islam. Say one thing, do something else. How many Muslims have you heard today say, oh, he's lying, he's not telling the truth? Why is it that I want to read the sources more than they want to read the sources? We had one guy turn around and say, okay, it's not there. We heard the Muslim earlier on say, it's not there. We heard another guy say, Bukhari, I don't like Bukhari, it doesn't make sense. If you're going to say something in your religion doesn't make sense, at that point, it's like, think a bit deeper. How is Christianity better? I'm pretty sure that what we've been seeing today in these conversations kind of proves how Christianity is better for women. This is madness. And the only thing which is actually even more mind-boggling than this is that you have these conversations with these people and they turn around and start attacking you and saying, you don't know what you're talking about. You're the guy that's running or whatever they want to say, which makes no sense. What am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to show that Islam is bad for women, clearly. And the more conversations that we have from this, it's clear to see that Islam doesn't honor women more than Christianity. And for those who are here now and weren't here from the beginning, We started with a Muslim man who published a video who says Islam honors women more than Christianity. Isn't this so true? You can't explain to a fool. You really can't. And the crazy thing about this is the Muslims think we are the fools as Christians when they're really the fools. How can they hate their religion so much? Their own authentic sources that they say they accept, they run away from. We're reading a verse in the Quran and the guy is doing everything he can to get away from reading the verse. This is madness. Hello. I'm blessed, bro, despite these conversations I've had today. Because like I was trying to show the previous caller, the Quran in chapter 4 verse 34 says a husband can strike a wife. That's one reason. That's one reason why Islam is bad for women and Christianity is better, because in Christianity a husband is not allowed to strike his wife. What? We're talking about in this specific context. What's hard for you to understand? The context that is in the Quran, bro. I just said that. Say that again. In the Bible, it allows a husband, you said, to cut off his wife's hand. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This is why. Listen to me, because you're not listening, bro. This is why I repeated what you said. You said that in the Bible, a husband is able to cut off his wife's hand, and you said yes. That's not what the verse says. You have a problem with cutting. Wait, hold on. When we read this verse, is it going to say that the husband is going to cut his wife's hand off? Okay. Let's read it. I'm surprised I don't know this too. Deuteronomy 25. Read it. Go on. Go ahead. Let us read where it says the husband is going to cut his wife's hand off. He's running, by the way. You. Just read it. Just read it. I'll run with you for a little bit. What does it say? So is that saying that the husband should cut his wife's hand off? Notice how slow you are, bro. Notice how slow you are. This is why I asked you the question again, to help you before you did something silly. And this is what I'm going to ask you now. Is there something wrong with chopping off a woman's hand? It depends on the context. No, because I said to you, it doesn't say that the husband is going to chop off the wife's hand. This is why I'm now asking you, which it didn't say that. It didn't say that clearly. Right? It didn't say that, right? My point is, number one, which I've been proven correct, which you haven't reneged from that, which you should be saying, yes, you are correct. I mistakenly said 2 times that the husband is supposed to cut off his wife's hand. Do you recant that statement or not? No, just give. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. No, that's not my argument. Hold on. I didn't dispute that. That's fine. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I asked you, is it a problem to cut someone's hand off? And you said, oh, it depends on the content. I said my line is, like I said, a husband. Hold on, sorry, hold on. Okay, cool. They were saying they couldn't hear you. All right, my line is that in 2034, it's talking about a husband striking a wife, right? Deuteronomy 25 is talking about a specific judgment,
chopping off the flipping wife's arm. Yeah.
This is why I keep asking you, and you're diverting because there's Quran verses which talk about judgments for cutting off people's hands.
Okay, 1 second. Now we're diverting to thieves and their
no. Is that a verse? The verses in the Quran which talk about chopping off hands.
Are we talking about wives or general legislation?
Are wives included or not? Are wives included or not?
Are we serious right now?
Yes, we are serious. Wives are included, husbands are included, single women are included, single men are included.
Let me understand this.
Everybody's included.
Beating a wife is not okay, but chopping off her hand is okay, and that's why Christianity is better.
You keep saying you're trying to compare the two like they're the same. They're not.
Well, that's what you're doing. You say Christianity is better. You're comparing. How do you say something better?
Why did I say it's better?
You said it's better because in Islam you can beat your wife.
I said a husband can strike his wife, and in the Bible, a husband cannot strike his wife. He cannot beat his wife.
Oh, really? So because he's the one not chopping off the hand, it's okay, right? That's what you're saying.
I said it's not the same. I don't understand what's so difficult for you to understand this.
So basically in Islam, if it wasn't the husband beating the wife, it would have been okay. Just like in Christianity, it's not the husband necessarily cutting off her hand, so it's fine. So if it wasn't the husband beating the wife, it would have been okay.
Bro, are you this slow? There's certain judgments.
You might be slow. You don't
there's certain judgments that are judgments for a husband, a wife, a single man, a single woman. There's certain things which we're talking about right now, which is about a Muslim man and what he can do to a Muslim wife. You are trying to compare a...
What can he do? Let's go into that. What is the striking? Let's see if you actually understand the verse. What is the striking like? What is he supposed to do? And what is the circumstance he can do it? Let's see if you actually understand the verse in the first place.
I don't understand the verse. Is that what you think?
No, I'm saying let's see if you understand. I'm asking you, what is the circumstance where a Muslim husband can do such an action, and how should he go about it? Is it just a KO suplex?
The verse says no one mentioned the suplex. You mentioned that. The verse says.
I'm saying is it? I didn't say you said it.
The verse says, if he fears rebellion.
If he fears rebellion, okay, sure.
Yes.
And how should he go about it?
If he fears rebellion, he can admonish, i.e. tell them off. He can banish them from beds, i.e. not sleep with them, go to a different bed, or banish her to a different bed, or he can strike her.
Can strike her? How do we strike? Is strike here general in the Arabic word? What is the Arabic word for strike here?
Strike.
Yeah, what is the Arabic word? We understand Quran in the original language, right?
Yes.
To get a full understanding. What is the Arabic word for
strike? The Arabic word means to strike, bro.
What is it? Wow, what is the Arabic word?
It means to strike. Why do I need to give you the Arabic word?
Okay, so just say you don't know the Arabic. It's okay.
I didn't say I don't know. If you were actually on this live stream long enough, you don't need to tell me, because like I was gonna say, if you were actually on the live stream long enough earlier on, you would have heard me talking about the particular word. But it doesn't matter. So what is the word? It means strike, bro. It means strike.
And what's the word?
It means strike. It means strike.
So you don't know.
It means strike. Okay.
It's Doroba.
Okay.
Just say Doroba. It's Doroba.
Bro, I said the Arabic word earlier on, bro.
It's okay. Maybe you forgot it and you minded it now.
I didn't forget it. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time on stuff which don't matter.
Does Doroba have one meaning in Arabic? Or does it have multiple meanings, depending on the context?
Whether it has multiple meanings or not, we're talking about this particular context. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running.
What Doroba here? What kind of striking is it implying?
A strike.
Wow.
I don't know.
There's many different levels of striking.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
So what kind of level of striking is this talking about? Do we have maybe a hadith, wink, wink, hint, a hadith that explains it? Any early companions and scholars who explain this strike?
Bro, there are hadith which there are hadith which give examples of striking.
No, that's the Prophet ﷺ.
No, bro. There's hadith which give us context about striking. So you trying to wiggle your way out of it.
Like
what?
Hadith? Give a hadith.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Subhanallah.
Let's do Ibn Majah 1985.
Ibn Majah 1985.
Let's see if this
one really.
Let's see if this sounds like a miswak tap.
This is gonna refute yourself, man.
No, it isn't. Okay. No, it isn't.
Which one? Ibn Majah 1985, right?
Yeah, Ibn Majah 1985.
So the Prophet said, "Do not beat." Look, guys, do not beat the female servants of Allah. You're just gonna ignore that. Let's just ignore that.
No, we're not. We're not gonna ignore it. We're not gonna. That's so precious. That's so precious to the hadith because it shows you Muhammad was wishy-washy.
Let's continue reading. Then Umar came to the Prophet and said, "O Messenger of Allah, the women have become bold towards their husbands, so order the beating of them." And they were beaten. Then many women went around to the family.
Hold on. So explain what's been happening so far in this hadith.
Yes, so far, right, the Prophet ﷺ is mentioning the general idea that you do not beat your wives, right? And then Umar...
The general idea,
yes, generally, yeah. That's why it's circumstantial, right? Crazy,
right?
So then Umar, radiallahu anh, the second greatest companion of the Prophet ﷺ, he presents an objection, a common sense objection, this is valid, that some of the women, they are bold towards their husbands, so order the beating of them, and they were beaten, right?
So then, hold on. So Umar comes to the Prophet and says, the women are becoming bold. Why? Because they can't be beaten anymore, right?
So the women are becoming bold because it wasn't even legislated in the beginning that you can beat your wives.
Adam?
It wasn't legislated initially anyways in the first place that you can beat your wives.
The hadith says...
It was legislated later.
The hadith
do not
says...
beat the female servants of Allah.
The hadith starts by saying... The hadith starts by saying don't beat them.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't legislated yet.
The companion comes and says, the women have become bold to their husbands.
Yes.
And I'm asking you, they became bold to their husbands because their husbands couldn't beat them anymore, right?
Not anymore. They couldn't beat them. There wasn't a legislation prior. It wasn't abrogated that they can't beat now.
So
they weren't able to beat in the first place.
So they couldn't beat before, but for some reason he says don't beat them. Okay, cool.
Yes, let's continue.
I'll go with you.
All right, can
so he says, well, hold on. Right. So he says, beat them. Right. He wants them to be beaten, and it says they were ordered to be beaten. Who ordered them to be beaten?
The Prophet, as Allah had sent down legislation to the Prophet ﷺ, it was conveyed to the people that again these circumstances are when you can beat, and how to beat was already informed to them. However,
bro, stop adding. Just stop adding. Wait.
Oh, no, that's what I'm giving you the explanation.
Who ordered them to be beaten?
What did I just say?
You said a lot.
Listening?
Just say it.
Oh wow! So then that's your answer, Habibi.
Okay, just say it. Just say the name in one go without any additional stuff. I'm not going to
give you a one-word answer, and then you're going to continue on with your ignorance on the whole context. Right? So
I'm clearly not ignorant. Just answer the question. Who ordered them to be beaten?
So what you literally answered, and I answered for you as well. Allah, right? Let's continue the hadith. I love that you're really not wanting to go to the second portion of the hadith conveniently.
Bro, I went to the hadith. I don't have any problem with the hadith.
So let's continue reading.
So hold on. So Allah, according to you, Allah gave Muhammad the legislation now to order them to be beaten, right?
Right. Can we continue the hadith now?
Okay, cool.
Are we clear now? Are we?
Okay. Keep going.
Finally, then many women went around to the family of Muhammad ﷺ the next day, and he said, so they basically came to him. In another hadith it expands, they came to him complaining of the beating that some of them received from their husbands. Okay,
many of them came round the next morning and we're complaining
because some husbands were falsely established applying this legislation, doing it in the wrong way.
Where does it say that?
Their wives.
Where does it say that?
Because
why are you adding to the hadith?
Let me finish.
Why are you adding to the hadith?
Don't panic. Don't
panic. I'm panicking. Don't panic. The one that went to the hadith, you're adding to the hadith. Why are you adding to the hadith? Why are you adding to the hadith? Why are you adding? Why are you adding to the hadith? Why are you adding to the hadith? Why are you adding to the hadith?
Do you know what corroboration means?
Why are you adding to the hadith?
You think all the legislation is going to be in one hadith?
Why
you think all the context and all the biography of the life?
Why are you adding to the hadith? Why are you adding to the hadith?
I'm giving you corroborating reports.
You're adding something to the hadith which isn't there.
We don't base the religion off of one hadith.
I didn't say you base it off one hadith. I'm saying why are you adding it to the hadith?
So when I'm telling you these other things, it's not me adding to the hadith, it's me giving you corroborating reports.
You are adding to the hadith. Why are you adding to the hadith, bro? You're adding to the hadith.
I'm not adding, I'm giving you corroborating reports.
Read the hadith for what it says and stop adding to it.
I'm going to read the hadith and give you the corroborating reports. You don't have to panic. I know it sucks that we actually have things that back up what we say and you don't, but it's okay. So let's continue.
Why are you running?
The next day he said, this guy's schizo, bro. Who's running? I'm literally talking about the hadith. The next day he said, last night.
Good luck for you, bro. My goodness. He is literally adding to the hadith in front of us. And he says, I'm scared, I'm afraid. I went to the hadith. I know what the hadith says. And I'm apparently running. This guy is a bot, bro. This is Islam. Confident talk. But how many Muslims do we have to speak to today who are all going to do the same thing? They're going to find one way or another to lie on their hadith, to add into the hadith, to reject hadith. This is crazy. And they think, oh yeah, I won. These guys. He's literally talking about chopping off someone's hand as a judgment. And I'm literally saying to him, the Quran has the same judgment of chopping off a hand. This just kills brain cells. My goodness. Mass.
Yo, what's up?
Are you Muslim?
Yes, Muslim.
Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Quran only or Hadith?
Hadith.
Alright. How long have you been listening?
Just joined now.
You just joined now?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're not doing Takia?
I mean, you can even click the viewers. I'm probably the lowest viewer. Yeah, there you go. So
all that would mean is you switched account.
Maybe,
innit?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. You wanna throw a jab or?
Gonna throw a jab?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should entertain you or not.
Try.
How long have you been a Muslim?
All my life.
All your life?
Yeah.
So by all your life, you mean you were born and raised into Islam, or?
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 4, verse 34.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do better than your friend?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't.
What about it?
Are you familiar with the verse? You're not familiar with the verse?
I know the verse.
Okay. So, what do you think about it?
I would say that the verse doesn't entail harm because of the corroborating reports.
You believe it doesn't entail harm because of corroborating reports?
Yep.
Okay. What about contradictory reports?
If the contradiction is defined as a P and not P, then it would entail. Can you please show me?
You believe it doesn't entail harm?
Yep.
We were just looking at a hadith which clearly is talking about women being harmed.
Yeah, please show me that narration and show me how it's something legislated by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
What do you mean something legislated? The hadith,
Yeah.
Ibn Majah says, he said don't beat them. Then he said ordered them to be beaten. And the women and the women were complaining. So they're obviously not coming to complain about being hit with a miswak, are they?
Prove it.
It's evident.
Prove it.
It's evident.
Prove it.
I already said it's evident. You can read the hadith yourself. I just said
Are you
it.
saying that it's brute? It's
What?
truth?
What's truth?
Are you saying that negating that entails a contradiction?
What?
Are you saying that negating your understanding of that hadith entails a contradiction?
You're the one who's basically going down the line of reasoning that it's not harmful.
Yep.
And I'm saying that makes no sense according to the hadith because they're not coming to complain because they haven't been harmed.
Prove it.
I just did.
No, you just asserted the hadith. That's begging a question.
Yes. No. The hadith is clearly showcasing that it was harmful. Why would they complain about something which wasn't harmful?
So you're saying that if someone asserts that they came to complain for something other than harm, then this would be a contradiction, right?
What?
So you're saying that if somebody was to assert that the women were complaining for something other than harm, then it would entail a contradiction, correct?
I'm saying you said that you don't believe. Pardon?
You're not tracking. Go ahead.
I'm saying that you said this 434 isn't talking about harm. I'm saying, as I said before, again, I'll say it again. There's clearly hadith which don't agree with this. This is a beating in this hadith which is clearly harmful. That's the whole point of. This is Islam. You can't talk to someone who doesn't have sense and actually thinks they're being smart. I apparently got baked. This is Islam. This is the problem with these Muslims. They think they're baking someone by standing on the fence. The hadith is clear, but they're running from the hadith. And saying prove it and raising your voice and saying prove it more and more doesn't change the fact. Apparently he didn't raise his voice. He was getting excited about saying prove it, like he was actually doing something. Anyone who reads the hadith, Sunan Ibn Majah 1985, you can see that Muhammad says, do not beat the Muslims, and then turn around and says, beat the Muslims. When one of his friends says, let's beat them. And then, the very next day, the women come complaining. He wants you, hold on, right? They came complaining. He wants you guys to think that this is what Muhammad was giving them license to do, to beat with a miswak. By the way, smash the like button, right? Smash the like button. He's saying prove it. He thinks, I don't understand. He said, he doesn't think 434 in the Quran is a serious kind of beating because of corroborating hadith. And I said, or corroborating sources. And I said to him, well, what about the contradictory sources? Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. We talk about a particular hadith. I don't understand how anyone in their right mind could read this example of a hadith. This is just one example. I don't know how anyone can read this hadith and think this is what Muhammad is talking about. This is what he ordered. Go to your wife and say, listen, honey, I'm serious. Don't make me pull out the miswak. This is your mind when you're a Muslim. You suspend all or most of your reasoning for nonsense. How do you read that hadith and say, this is talking about a light beating? Why would they complain? Many, the hadith says, many women, then it talks about 70 women. All these women came complaining about what? The fact that they were given an order from Muhammad, and he said through Allah, to beat them. And he wants you to believe, just because he says prove it in a louder and louder and louder voice, that he's actually doing something. You see? Notice, and what the funniest thing was, even think back to the beginning of the conversation. I said, you've been here long? He's like, he just came. All this slivery tactics. And I said, well, all it means is you probably just came on a different account. And then oh yeah, probably, maybe, possibly. This is what you're dealing with. People that will go on like, yeah, we're telling the truth. We know what we're talking about. And then the moment you start pinning them down and ask them certain questions, they act like snakes. They start slithering and moving around. Which is crazy. But these are the Muslims for you. They come up on different accounts. They change their voices, use voice changer, all of this stuff. And they're so predictable. This is what's crazy, guys. My goodness. I don't think, did we even speak to one human today? Maybe one? Maybe one. The rest, what? Fully bots. Which is crazy. These guys and gals. My goodness. And we've got one guy, one of the previous callers saying, let me up. Nah, I don't want to do that, man. We spoke already, man. There was not one. If there was, forgive me, but right now, I don't believe there was one memorable call that I feel like, yeah, I want to do that again. No. And the crazy thing about this is week after week after week. And again, it's because I'm scared. You can't make this up. When you don't do what the Muslim says, apparently we're scared. Okay. My goodness. I don't know what I would need to be afraid of out of any of the Muslims I spoke to today. Which is crazy. This is why we can run this week after week after week after week after week and show again, time and time again, why Islam is bad for women. Even the Muslims that try and run to the Bible, most of them don't even know the Bible. And it becomes evident when you speak to them, as we've already seen today. And they stumble over themselves. They can't even make arguments that are good. Imagine this. I can't hop on a live and just choose who I debate. Everybody that requested up, I basically spoke to. So I went through every individual, but apparently I'm here choosing in that sense. I opened the floor for nearly 3 hours to speak to any Muslim who wanted to call in. I spoke to them all. My goodness. All right. I've lost too many brain cells today from these conversations. That's enough for today, guys. Guys, pray for me. You need prayer when you're dealing with Muslims that we spoke to today. Hopefully next time we're going to have a better batch of Muslims. I'm apparently obsessed with Islam. Just like the Muslim in the video in the beginning of this live stream was obsessed with Christianity then, I guess. But guys, definitely keep me in prayer. It takes a lot, as you can see, to engage with some of these people. But yeah, guys, if you like what we did today, definitely like it, subscribe. We're going to be back by God's grace next Monday. Same time, same place. Maybe not the same topic, right? Obviously, what we do is we help Christians defend their faith against different attacks. Today was Islam and this particular topic. We deal with Hebrew Israelites, we deal with atheism a little bit, and we also deal with Orthodox Judaism. So Monday I'll be back again. Most likely a different topic. I may be back before then, but right now the schedule is Mondays and Wednesdays, same time, same place. And next Wednesday, by God's grace, I'll be back again. We'll continue Women Wednesday, by God's grace. And again, we'll open up for more Muslims to come on, and you're going to see the same sort of dead arguments. It doesn't matter what we talk about. We spoke about today how Muhammad says women are the dumbest people he's ever seen. How he says women are half-brained. We spoke about how the majority of people in hell that he saw were women. We've spoken about the Quran allowing you to strike your wife. There's so much stuff we can talk about in Islam which shows you that Islam is bad for women and why Christianity is better. I could literally have these conversations all year. So again, don't forget to like. Thank you all for tuning in. Those who have left comments, those who have sent in gifts, those who have liked it and shared it and subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you all. And pray for, as well as praying for me, I also pray for the Muslim callers we spoke to today. Pray that God would touch their hearts, open their minds, shine light over them so they can see and escape the darkness that they're in. All right, guys, God bless. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on Monday, if not before then, by God's grace. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. And as always, guys, don't forget the context. God bless.